Nicole. How are you?
Hey, awesome. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm so happy to be with you.
You too. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
So can you tell us about the Union Bank Annual Small Business Economic Survey, and what do these findings say about the state of the economy?
Yeah, so Candace, of course, there are so many questions about the state of the U.S. economy. Are we growing? Are we slowing? And I honestly think that a lot of these answers rest with small businesses in this country. You know, small businesses are the engine for economic growth. They are the backbone of this country. So I have been poring over all of this data from the Union Bank Small Business Economic Survey. It's the 18th year these folks have been doing it, so they really have a pulse on what's going on the west coast of this country. And what I found is that the sentiment is strong. When you ask small businesses in the country on the west coast, they are happy with the overall state of the economy, which is a reversal from what we saw last year. And of course, this is a post-election survey.
Do they feel like the economy is moving in the right or wrong direction?
You know, overall in the right direction, which is really interesting to me because last year, most small businesses surveyed said that the country was moving in the wrong direction. So sentiment has really increased. We've seen it uptick about 11 points. And what that shows me, Candace, is that you want to see this growth from small businesses on this micro level, and that hopefully trickles up to the overall macro economy in terms of optimism and confidence.
And jobs are what our country and our city need to grow. Are we seeing a willingness to hire?
You know, it's really interesting. Jobs, of course, as you note, are important for any uptick in the economy. And we need jobs, jobs, jobs for the macro growth. So when we asked small businesses in the Union Bank survey whether or not they have a willingness to hire in 2017, they said yes, which is an interesting reversal of previous trends in terms of the willingness to hire permanent workers compared to temporary workers or freelance workers in the past. That is really good news when you dig into the numbers. There's also, when you look at layoffs, there's a consistency in the layoffs. I love to look at trends. And so over the last few years, we'd seen a downward trend, but that's stabled off. So that's a really good sign for hiring.
Well, here in California, the minimum wage is set to increase annually. Are they concerned with that at all?
It's interesting, when we ask small businesses about the California minimum wage hike, they actually said that it has no bearing on whether or not they're looking to hire. So there is more optimism and there's more appetite for jobs up and down the West Coast.
And interest rates have been very low for some time now. How concerned are business owners about a potential increase in those rates?
You know, so rock bottom interest rates, I don't need to tell you, it's been near zero for a really long time now. So inevitably they are going to uptick. And what we've seen from small businesses is that it's a little bit of a mixed bag. You know, in terms of the access to credit, small businesses have been pretty confident over the last couple of years that they have had access to credit. Now, looking forward, we're seeing small businesses are divided about 50-50 as to whether or not they are completely prepared for a changing interest rate environment. But that makes sense. Nobody wants more questions than answers in the economic world. You know, we don't want uncertainty. So while there is some trepidation about these monetary policy changes, that's a fancy word for what the Federal Reserve does, there's more confidence about what the fiscal policies or the government policies are going to be. And when small businesses were asked whether or not they want more government programs to help them out, about 40% said yes. And when asked about interest rates, about 30% said they would like lower interest rates. But Candace, I don't know how low they can go. They're pretty low already. So it's really interesting to watch how these interest rates are going to affect small businesses, because as you know, if you have higher interest rates, I'm a small business owner myself, that affects the amount of money you have to pay back for borrowing that money. So it's more expensive, of course, to borrow.
Same here. I'm a small business owner, so it affects me as well.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we're looking particularly at, you know, us as consumers as well, not only as small business owners, but you and I go shopping, I'm sure, all the time. We don't want price increases. Of course, nobody does. But in terms of businesses, when the Union Bank survey asked them about price increases, that's a major reversal here in the idea to keep prices slow and steady. We've actually seen this major reversal of the first kind since 2012. So that shows me that steady prices, along with the uptick in hiring and also the confidence around interest rates, is a really good recipe for the success of the economy at large.
Absolutely. And do you have any additional tips or information you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, if you want more information here, and it's really important, I think, for small business owners like yourself and a lot of your viewers, to dig into a lot of this data, because this really helps you drive your own business. And you can find all that information at unionbank.com.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Nicole. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule.
It's my pleasure.
And I have to tell you, I'm so excited about your new book.
Oh, you're so sweet. Well, I'd love to send you a signed copy.
Oh, thank you so much. I can't wait, and I'll definitely review it and feature it on my site.
You're so kind. Thank you, Candace.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Take good care.
Thanks. You too. Bye-bye.